Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This is William Heineman, your host, and this is Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do their job, well, or they just really screw shit up. Hey, guys, if you would, please hit my subscribe button. You almost have me to 3,100 subscribers. Can't believe I got this far within a year. It's incredible. Thank you, guys. Oh, so much. I appreciate it. Also, hit the like and share so you help my algorithms. Leave me a comment. Hit the bell icon so you know when I put out a new video. And give me a thumbs up. Okay, with that being said and that crap out of the way, do you guys remember the deputy that was in Sacramento that got tired of dealing with the lady's crap and signed her out himself and then pushed her out of the police department? You guys remember that one? Well, guess what? He's been fired. Imagine that. And there's going to be a lawsuit. Oh, imagine that. Hey, guys, when it comes to the lawsuit and she wins, I hope they take the money out of the cops' pension fund, because that's where this money should come from. So let's get into the video, shall we? Let's go.
Now to that disturbing video and what's come of it. Pushed onto the street, a Sacramento County deputy now out of a job.
Your reporter covering Sacramento County, Madison Keevy, has that son's plea for change. Madison.
Well, the woman's son says his mother suffers from mental illness and at times doesn't know where she is. Last October, the night she was taken to jail, he says it was likely for trespassing because she was lost. He says he hopes his mother's injuries are a lesson for law enforcement to help, not hurt.
Have a good night.
Body cam video from last October captures the moment a Sacramento County Sheriff's deputy pushes a 71-year-old woman to the ground, releasing her from custody.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You'll be okay.
When you saw the videos, what went through your mind as her son?
To throw an old lady out like that in front of your colleagues, you know.
And the thing is, none of the other scumbag cops did anything. So I hope when the lawsuit hits, I hope it's on all these scumbags and it's all of their pension funds.
There's 6 of them there. One of them throws her out airborne like a drunk out of a bar. It didn't make any sense.
Yes. We spoke to the woman's son, John Ciamutis. He's put his life on hold to take care of his mother.
That kind of a hip injury at 71 years old, it's probably something that it's not easy to bounce back from.
You need to stop talking.
He says she spent 3 months in the hospital, released in January with complications. And now she's using a walker and lives in pain.
How do you throw an old lady out at 71? And in the video you see, they say you're free to go. She turns around to go and she's even surprised. She goes, oh. She goes to leave, and then they force her out.
Start walking this way.
Don't push me.
Shut the up.
What?
We're escorting you outside because you can't go without assaulting my partner.
Multiple angles of the moment she's pushed to the ground, resulting in the deputy getting fired after a months-long internal investigation. The findings now sent to the Sacramento County District Attorney, the office that will decide if the deputy will face any charges.
We just want the public to rest assured that these actions don't reflect the views of law enforcement. They certainly don't reflect the views of the sheriff's office.
For John, who says he's been out for answers since this night, he hopes his mom's case may lead to change.
Hopefully something gets fixed at that jail, and you know, a lesson to learn maybe across the country for that reason. But hopefully this is going to be a case that...
Hopefully? Dude, none of these officers anywhere in the United States are helped or held accountable. You know, you got rid of one. All 6 should have been fired immediately, stripped of their credentials, so they can't just go down the street and go to work for someone else. If you're going to do that to an elderly woman or an elderly person, you don't deserve to be an officer, even if you do have an IQ of 15.
could be presented to law enforcement in general.
I'm told the Sheriff Community Review Commission was not informed about this incident. They found out in media coverage about the deputy. Although the commission does not have direct policy power, they make recommendations and provide oversight on the sheriff's policies and procedures.
So we've watched this a few times now,
Yeah.
when it came out first and now tonight. It wasn't so much the shove, as bad as that was, but the reaction or the lack of action of people who stood by.
Is there anybody going to look into those actions of not doing anything to help or to step in?
Not that we've been told, but John, the woman's son, says that is what stood out to him too. He assumed the deputy would lose his job after seeing the video and is questioning how in that group no one went to help his mother on the ground.
That was tough to see. Madison, thank you.
Thanks, Madison.
Well, of course they didn't. They're the boys in blue. They all stick together like glue. You know, the problem is systemic across the country, guys. You know, and unless we hold these idiots accountable and you go after their pension funds and you start taking the money away from them, this is not going to change because they're not held accountable. And even if it's a lawsuit, it's still not accountable because they don't pay. We as the taxpayers pay. Let these scumbags pay. This crap will shift overnight. Because how dare you go after their pension funds? Well, you know, you're the one screwing up. Why should I pay for your bull? There's no reason for it. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Remember, always phone the police because they're not your friends. Be careful.